very good day to Dr. Lee and all the students from Tutorial 1. I'm Shenwei and my group members are Friska and Ziqing. We're from Group 10 and our topic is remote recruiting in a post-COVID-19. So for introduction, I will briefly talk about the COVID-19. So I believe that everyone is very familiar with this pandemic because it changes the original lifestyle of us. So what is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a kind of virus that causes respiratory illness in humans. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, coughing, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, nausea, and vomiting, and so on. So COVID-19 can be severe, but some cases it will cause death. And this outbreak of cases started from Wuhan, China in December 2019. We proceed to the definition of recruitment. Recruitment is a process that attracts potential and qualified candidates who are suitable in a specific job. Recruitment processes define the sources of manpower to meet the requirements of candidates and to employ manpower in adequate numbers to facilitate effective selection of an efficient working force. A company's success depends on the quality and talent of the human resource. So, human resource managers play an important role in recruitment. For instance, which type of recruitment methods should be used to recruit new employees? And there are two recruitment methods, which are traditional recruitment methods and modern recruitment methods. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, remote recruiting has been utilized in ongoing recruitment process. So what is remote recruiting? Remote recruiting is a process of recruitment that involves sourcing, interviewing, and hiring candidates from anywhere. It utilizes technology to connect with candidates regardless of where they're located. And it is particularly important to accept remote recruitment now because many companies are moving to work from home basis, which is affected by the global crisis of COVID-19. Next, I will talk about the traditional methods of recruitment. The first method of traditional recruitment is using paper applications and resumes. Companies will utilize paper advertisements, such as putting some printed advertisements on newspapers, to deliver the message and to reach the employees. This is because this method is the easiest and effective way to reach employees. Besides, newspaper recruiting can help to reach a huge variety of audience because newspapers are the only platform that people will get to know the messages during the era without the internet. So newspapers can be read anywhere and anytime, and it is also accessible for everyone. So next, the second method of traditional recruitment is through employment agencies. Employment agencies are the intermediary between candidates and companies that help those companies to find the suitable and potential employees for a specific job. The function of these agencies are to shortlist and find out the potentials who suits the company's preference and experience requirement. Moving on to the third point, which is internal hiring. Internal hiring is the process of filling vacancies in a company from the existing workforce. Internal hiring within the company can be promotions, lateral moves to other departments, and team transfer. This method is chosen because it can reduce the cost of hiring, for example, advertisement cost and training cost. This is because internal hiring is only required and leveraging the employees within the company. Hence, it is a great decision to hire the existing employees from their own company because everyone has a chance to get promotions. Thus, employees will be motivated and improve their morale and will increase the work efficiency as well in order to get promotions. So moreover, college recruiting is also being used in traditional recruitment. College recruiting, which company will send representatives to pre-screen applicants from the college, This is also an effective way for recruitment because the companies have the chance to choose and shortlist the candidates that have top talent and are potential and is suitable for the future job requirements of the company. Hence, it is also save the time and efforts for the company, and it also benefits students because they will get the opportunities to get an internship or a job after they graduate. Moving on, I'll talk about how COVID-19 changes recruitment. So the first point, COVID-19 changes the hiring needs of the companies. Due to this pandemic, most of the companies are required to lock down to reduce the spreading of disease. So since there are no operations in those companies, it affects the companies to reduce the numbers of hiring and even stop hiring new employees. And some of the big companies decided to lay off employees in order to survive during this pandemic. For example, the profits of AirAsia were declining just because of the increasing cases of COVID-19, and people are reduced to travel abroad and even travel domestically. Therefore, AirAsia has confirmed to lay off 10% of the employees to reduce the cost of production. So due to the uncertain future, many companies turn into hiring freeze. So next, COVID-19 also changes the way in recruitment. Due to the lockdown of companies, if the companies decide to continue hiring new candidates, the virtual recruitment has been used. So what is virtual recruitment? Virtual recruitment refers to the hiring process that relies on technology device. For example, having interviews through online platforms such as Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Classroom. Through the virtual recruitment, it helps to screen the candidates and narrow down the possibilities, hence reduce the administrative burden of the company. This kind of recruitment also saves time and money. However, the process of recruitment will be more effective and more efficient. Although it will be a big challenge for companies, it also brings some positive changes, such as employers are getting to use the modern methods of recruitment that are more easy and efficient. Furthermore, COVID-19 has also changed the job market. Most of the company has moved their operations online and encouraged the employees to work from home. So the meeting will be conducted online to supervise the employees. Working from home will transform the job market to be truly globalized. For example, you can do your work very well, but other people can do more well than you. And the chances of that person will be hired is higher than yourself. So this will be more competitive when the job market becomes globalized and companies are able to hire people all around the world since they are utilizing remote work. So that's all from me. I'll pass it to Ziqing. Thank you.
Thank you, Shenwei. Now I will continue with the topic Tools and Social Media Human Resource Used for Remote Recruiting. In post-COVID-19, people are using different modern recruitment methods such as social media platforms, websites, and so on to find their jobs in order to adhere to physical distancing. Recruiters can use LinkedIn in remote recruiting in a post-COVID-19. LinkedIn is a guide on managing remote teams and is also a specialized hiring platform for talent professionals to connect each other around the world. It is a platform where candidates can post their resumes and the recruiters will look or search for the candidates if any of them are suitable with the company's criteria. Firstly, recruiters or human resource will begin by searching specific job titles they are filling. Job titles are weighted heavily in LinkedIn's search algorithms. Candidates who match the job title will appear in the search result. Next, skills and endorsement features can be found in LinkedIn by recruiters. This can be found in the candidate's profile. This feature can help companies to choose candidates who fit the job or the role. It also can narrow down what recruiters are seeking and focus on what type of skills they are looking for. Other than that, the location is also very important for recruiters to find the candidates. Recruiters normally will search for locals where their company is located, but in post-COVID-19, they might recruit candidates from other places since they are working remotely. By using LinkedIn, recruiters can seek for the candidates that fit their job requirement. It is one of the best tools for recruiters to boost the recruitment process in post-COVID-19. Next, recruiters also can use social media such as Facebook in remote recruiting. Based on Statista's website, as of the second quarter of 2020, Facebook currently has 2.7 billion monthly active users. Recruiters can add a job posting using the company's business Facebook page. To add more details, recruiters can add some company culture-related photos and videos of the team members in the company. First, recruiters should create Facebook paid ads by promoting Facebook job posts as it can reach out to large and relevant people. Company business Facebook page allows the company to post job ads and target the ads. For instance, the company is able to select specific demographics of candidates such as gender, age, interest, location, and education to narrow down the relevant audience. The amount of online users is getting higher, especially after the existence of COVID-19. It is the best opportunity for a company to reach people that fits with the job and also to diversify remote recruitment process. The third one is Indeed. First, recruiters need to set up their own company profile page. Fill in the description that your company is hiring. Companies' social media platforms link and companies' website links must be updated to allow candidates to look through details of our company. The candidates can find the remote position they are currently targeting by searching the important keywords such as work from home, remote, virtual, and many others. Recruiters have to include those specific keywords when promoting the job. Recruiters post jobs in Indeed for free, but it also allows the recruiters to post job ads to promote and reach a higher number of candidates with some paid features available in it. Last but not least, it also connected with the applicant tracking system ATS to make recruiters' job easier and speed up the recruitment process alongside hiring quality candidates remotely in a post-COVID-19. Strategies of remote recruiting in a post-COVID-19. First, assess and understand the skills gap in your business. Recruiters have to understand what are the skills that they currently have and what new skills that they need in recruiting a new employee in a post-COVID-19. Recruiters have to identify what skills are the company lacking as the new candidate need to fill up the loss. For instance, a company initially working from the office and now switch to work from home. Recruiters need to identify the different skills needed. A company is switching to work from home. The skills gaps are very important as the skills and competencies a company requires when hiring employees in pre- and post-COVID-19 might not be applicable if they have moved to working remotely. The second one is ensure the right recruitment software. Using the right applicant tracking system ATS in remote recruiting is very important because it can boost the recruitment process. Technology can make recruitment becomes more effective and efficient. Applicant tracking system ATS are online systems that help recruiters attract, gather, screen, compile, and manage applicants. ATS enables recruiters to manage and organize the data of applicants and hire the best candidates remotely. The third strategy is align recruitment strategy with business strategy. It helps companies to have a clearer view of the direction of the company. Recruiters need to align this recruitment strategy alongside with business strategy. For example, the business goals of a company will be different or may not be the same in the pre- and post-COVID-19. Recruiters need to establish and identify what their company business goals in the post-COVID-19 and then recruit the appropriate and right candidates. Recruiters have to develop a plan on recruitment strategies to identify and hire specific talent candidates that can contribute to the achievement of the company's objective. It will help human resources to retain the right candidate and identify the employees who are able to help the company to accomplish the business objectives. Let's continue with steps in remote recruiting in a post-COVID-19. The first step is identify what candidates company is looking for. A company needs to determine what candidates they are looking for, such as the skills, experiences, competencies, and so on of the candidates to reach the company's business goal. Targeting the right group of candidates and applicants is needed to fill up the role. Focusing and understanding on what candidates a company can look for might help the company to save the time of recruitment because they already know what types of candidates can work for the company. The second step is write and prepare details of remote job description. In a post-COVID-19, details in every process is very important to avoid any misunderstanding as hiring remotely is different from experiencing face-to-face. Write and prepare a job description which include job title, includes words like remote or virtually, job summary, responsibilities and duties, position of the job, and also includes necessary things like date and location. Details and concise information allow applicants to understand detail on roles and responsibilities of the job. The third step is post and promote the remote job. Set up a company business page in the social media platform. In this COVID-19 pandemic, social media can help in advertising and promoting the job. Especially nowadays, everyone is working from home. People tend to be active and spend more time on social media. Most of the applicants find their job through social media, and by posting job ads on social media like Facebook, we can reach out to a wider range of people. One of the tips when posting on social media is including some hashtags. For example, hashtag like hiring, resume, job search, and so on to reach out more attention. Move to the fourth steps, screening remote candidates. Companies need to go through a screening process where the company needs to look through the candidate skills, competencies, qualifications, and work experience that is suitable for the role. Recruiters can start by going through their resume which fulfills the basic requirement of the job. Shortlisting the candidates for the interview session by prioritizing remote working skills the candidates have to ensure they have the ability to reach the company's business goals. For example, using applicant tracking system ATS to identify which candidates qualified the most for the job role. Step 5. Prepare and conduct the interview. Recruiters could provide some remote interview guides and tips for candidates to ease their interview. Before the interview, recruiters have to figure out what online meeting platform they will be using to make sure that video conferencing can be done smoothly. Check the video conferencing software such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet internet connection, volumes, equipment such as computer or laptop to avoid any glitch and delay. The surroundings need to be quiet to avoid any distraction and interruption. During the interview, talk, speak, and communicate clearly so that the candidates are able to listen to it properly. Recruiters need to have eye contact with the candidates when asking the question. In this remote interview, recruiters should include some questions regarding working remotely to determine the ability of the candidates to work remotely for the company in future. Conduct the interview into different stages such as initial stage and final stage when it is needed. The last step, which is also the step 6, follow up and send feedback to the candidate. When a company is ready to hire, make a decision of which candidates you decide to hire. It is important to communicate to all of the candidates by updating them the status of their application via email or phone call. Contact the candidates to make sure they would like to accept or reject the job offer. Describe to the candidates how your company works in the new normal situation remotely in a post-COVID-19 pandemic. This can help them to have some idea and insights of the company to prepare themselves before they start working. Thank you. That's all from me. I will pass the floor to the next presenter, Friska.
So the next subtopic is COVID-19 and recruitment challenges for 2020 on how recruitment should adapt to the coronavirus pandemic. So there are six steps or six keys on how recruitment should adapt to this coronavirus. So the first one is digitized recruitment and the model, the interview, the talent gap, the candidate, and the last one is the preparation is key. So we will elaborate these points into the next slides. So the point number one is to digitize the recruitment. So the employers or companies need to recruit candidates through online whether they like it or not. They can do so by using platforms such as social media, recruitment software, advanced applicant tracking system or ATS, or online job portals. And the next one is the interview. Digital interview is the right choices in this situation to interview the candidates or the applicants. Not only employers can protect themselves, their employees and the applicants, but they can also give their expectations or anticipation with a measure of flexibility in this interview. And the third one is the candidate. The employers or the company should be asking the candidates if they have been traveled within the past few weeks at the highly risk places or affected areas that may display side effects of getting the virus and so on. And of course, self-quarantine is profoundly recommended if employee is suspected to expose to this coronavirus. The fourth one is the model. The model may be impeccably substantial alternative to preserve the operations all through the crisis, and the employer or companies may consider an applicant tracking system or ATS with onboarding highlights that assist to track and assess the candidate's execution all through their inaccessible and remote working journey. While the five one while the number five is the talent gap. The talent gap have been a repeating worldwide challenge for a long time. So managers are already managing this matter the best suitable way they can, especially by doing an enlisting and preparing for applicants who don't however have the information or skill and aptitude for the job required. And the sixth is the preparation is key. Even if employer don't want to risk recruiting until the pandemic is over, employers or companies should be able and get ready for it. For example, they can do by preparing To digitize hiring, use virtual gathering, produce online associations, and keep up discussion with promising talents for future placement. 5 consideration for managers to remote recruitment. So number 1, the manager should consider what is the maximum percentage of the workforce companies can support working remotely each day. It's unrealistic to expect that 100% of the workforce can continue to work from home 100% of the time. So the managers or the company should think about what ideal daily percentage of company's workforce that could support working remotely without impacting client engagement, mental health, or team culture. While number 2 is what caveats do companies need in place. Consider the minimum home office setup expectations for employees who wish to remain remote workers. So it is advisable to talk to employees one-on-one about their recent experience of working from home and also the establishment of their work-life boundaries. So number 3 is how can your hybrid team or company team come together to share knowledge. So the first point is encourage remote workers to talk to at least one office-based colleague per day. Ask about their day and what they have been working on. The aim is to stimulate the type of natural conversations and information sharing between the workers. So number 4 is how can the company create social opportunities. The companies or the employers can consider scheduling a monthly or quarterly team lunch or combine this get together with a learning or planning opportunity such as a workshop or off-site development day. If the companies or the employers aren't sure what the direction they should take, ask the workers themselves. Ask them on how to create the social opportunities itself. And the last one, should the company keep video calls as their default for meetings? So the video conference tools and collaboration platforms should remain modus operandi for regular team meetings and collaboration, and encourage all members of the team to dial into these calls from their own devices or their own gadgets. And make sure to maintain regular communication and rapport with remote workers. This is because to be able to determine how the employers or the companies can make or continue remote working viable for both their organization and individual employees. So the conclusion, this pandemic forced companies to accept remote hiring in order to recruit people in doing the job required. This appears at first glance to be very effective, but there are also numerous signals that efficiency and productivity are coming under pressure. It will only be a real accomplishment if companies begin handling remote recruiting structurally. It is not the best thing to do to take a wait and see approach, since after the outbreak, remote hiring will end up becoming new norm whether the companies like it or not. So that's all from us. Thank you. So these are our references. You can take a look here. That's all from us.